2v8 mode is finally back in Dead by Daylight. Here are the changes you need to know about. First, tonics. You'll find these scattered around the map, and there are two types. Diluted tonics will restore a health state for survivors, and increase haste by 10% for 20 seconds for killers. Purified tonics will restore a hook state for survivors, and grant a 10% haste bonus to both killers for 20 seconds. They've also updated the terror radius to reflect both killers in range, and increased the maximum survivors for cooperative healing from 2 to 3. For killers, you can now play as Chucky. Slice and Dice turn speed has been increased by 10%, Hidey Ho mode uptime has been increased by 15%, scampering under pallets break them immediately, you can see illusionary footfalls around survivors, and the Slice and Dice attack duration is increased by 50%. They also made a couple updates to Nemesis, 4 zombies will now spawn instead of 2, and zombie movement speed has been increased by 35%. Finally, we have some class updates. First is Brute. Break action speed has now been increased by 25%. Kick in a generator will weaken it. When a survivor repairs the weakened generator past its regression point, it will explode and trigger a loud noise notification, and the survivor will suffer from the hindered status effect for 12 seconds. This will have a 60-second cooldown. For the Fearmonger class, you'll gain a 5% haste when unseen, and injuring a survivor causes up to 2 survivors within 12 meters to scream, revealing their aura to you and your teammate for 2 seconds. This also has a 60-second cooldown. And the Enforcer class, you'll now gain a 3% haste when chasing an injured survivor. When you hit a survivor, the survivor receives the Enforcer's mark. These survivors will then have their aura revealed for 1 second every 8 seconds while marked for 45 seconds. Downing the survivor removes the mark and increases the Enforcer's lunge attack distance by 60% for 15 seconds. This again has a 60-second cooldown. There's also a new class for survivors called Torchbearer. This will let the survivor start with a flashlight of uncommon rarity. After 60 seconds, the survivor will be granted with a flash grenade, which is treated like an ability, so it doesn't take up an item slot. This has a 60-second cooldown. You will also be able to see the aura of survivors that are in a chase within 32 meters. And you can point your flashlight at a killer for half a second to reveal them for 2 seconds. And for the unlockable skill, you can grant endurance to survivors you pick up from the dying state, and injured survivors that you unhook gain endurance. And that's all you need to know. Will you be trying Chucky or Nemesis first? Let me know in the comments.